Hello and welcome back to the so this is going out on Wednesday, which will be the 17th. The second to last episode? Yeah, second to last episode of the survival show saga that's been going on for the past over 2 weeks now, where in which I detail about survival shows, the contestants, kind of things that I want to talk about generally about the survival show, as well as what has since happened to all of the contestants. For a little bit of context on who I am. Hi, my name is Sophie. My proper intro. Hi, my name is Sophie. This is the What is K-pop podcast, where in which I talk about groups, members, discographies, choreographies, outfits, survival shows. And at the moment, I'm kind of brainstorming ideas of things in K-pop that I don't like, because there's some things that just give me the ickies. Well, not like the proper ick, but I'm not too much of a fan of you. And so I'm kind of thinking about that sort of stuff that I'm thinking about just to, I don't know, it's like a special what do you call it, teaser. There's a Blackpink members song in there. Yeah, and there's a couple of people like idols too that I'm not that kind of give me the ickies. Obviously, those people are far more talented than I could ever be. This is just my opinion, and my opinion in the grand schemes of things doesn't actually matter. But I thought I'd tell you about it anyway. So the debut Dream Academy, actually, the show is called The Debut Dream Academy, which is a talent competition reality show, as said by Wikipedia, created as an international collaboration between the record labels Hype and Geffen Records, aimed at creating a global girl group. If I'm gonna be honest, I have absolutely no idea what Geffen Records is and what they've done. They has been a part of Interscope, Geffen A&M since 1999. As a faction of Universal Music. Oh, it's owned by Interscope, Geffen A&M faction of Universal Music Group. So, okay. So quite a lot of people have been kind of have done stuff for them, like Avicii's in there. Oh, and this is where people are signed to typically. So Ado, she was on the Seraphim's Spanish Japanese song a few years ago. Boy Next Door is signed to them. BTS is, and Hyphen from Miss9, Illit. Most of the members of BTS are signed to them as solo artists. Cat's Eye obviously are. Yeah, and Junior Jeans apparently. Oh, and Olivia Rodrigo's a part of them too. I never would have assumed. Yeah, so quite a few people are signed to them. I can't believe I hadn't heard about them, but granted, when I say music is my overarching special interest because I'm autistic. Obviously, you can be autistic and not have a special interest. You can be neurotypical and have a special interest, but mine has always been overarching music. and I should really know a lot more about like the record labels, but I really don't, because up until about the age of I'd say even like 15, I mainly listened to kind of what was on the radio. We got a lot of, now that's what I call music CDs. Those were quite popular back then. And I had heard the majority of what my dad used to listen to when he was younger, when he was my age, which was Led Zeppelin. And when my mum was my age, she used to listen to a group called ABBA from Sweden, who ended up winning Eurovision like 50 years ago now. And I was also partially influenced by the stuff that my sister used to listen to, because like a lot of what I like is what my sister liked when she was younger, and like obviously would watch it by herself. Then she introduced it to me, I then liked it. But K-pop is, I'd say, like the first kind of thing that I independently kind of said to myself, like, oh, this is actually quite good, because obviously I had, like, BTS and K-pop had been in like my subconscious since I'd say 2019 to like for about 2 years by the time I got into K-pop, so 2019 to 2021. I was vaguely aware of when they went on hiatus from BTS, and I was kind of aware of a few of their songs, but I was under the impression that K-pop and J-pop and like that sort of genre of music was very much like there's this TV show on Netflix called Fuller House, and they had a group called Sexy Zone on them, and it's by Johnny and Johnny's, I think. Johnny and Johnny's. Like Johnny Kitagawa, I think his name is. Like, I can't remember names, I'm really bad at them sometimes. And I thought that their music was exactly like that all of the time. And it wasn't until like I'll tell the story like fully eventually, but when I sat down and kind of watched or listened to the music, I was like, they have those types of songs, but they aren't that, if you know what I mean. They aren't weird. Like we're thinking of like Orange Caramel, and it's specifically one of their songs, Catalina, which I talked about the other day. Like, I thought that the whole K-pop industry was like Catalina, and in fact it's more like it has weird elements to it, like with Macaroni Cheese now kind of being a song that's like kind of in in the realm of being kind of quite second gen, and then kind of moving on and like actually being what K-pop is. I would say like um um wow, I cannot believe that all of the music I've listened, Wave by ATs, they have a pretty normal, normal, quotation marks, no music is normal these days. Wave's music video. Le Seraphim's Fearless, their debut music video is pretty normal from all accounts. From like not being so outrageous or like out there that it would confuse people from the West. Like, I know I'm not exactly the person that should really be saying what's normal and what's not, but like when I was kind of introduced to music, it was through medium like pieces, like artists that those people who have made K-pop have listened to. Like I think Some of them have mentioned. No, actually, no. What am I talking about? No, they haven't. Like Kehoe from P1 Harmony talked about some of like the Western artists he likes, and like a lot of these people do actually do actually listen to the Western artists, but I cannot stand listening to, like, I've tried to do it now that like I've been into K-pop for a little bit, try to listen to the songs I used to listen to as a kid, but I think the reason why I like K-pop so much is because I can have it on in the background and I can still work. Like I cannot stand hearing English when I'm working. I think that's what we're discovering here. I can't stand listening to English. But when I was a young kid, I used to have to listen to, like, one of my favorite like rock songs. I think it's considered rock. I don't know. I'll have to check whilst I'm talking about it. But there was a song called Kashmir by Led Zeppelin, and I didn't know this up until literally right now. Apparently, it is a region in India. That's actually interesting. I had no idea. But when I had listened, like when my dad was taking me specifically, I don't know if it was my sister at this time because my sister left primary school when I was going into my 4th year of primary school. And my dad would always play Kashmir by Led Zeppelin. And so the genre is progressive rock and hard rock. So when I was obviously like in the car, my dad would play Physical Graffiti, which is the album that it's off of, and he obviously always knew that was the song that I liked the most because he would play it so many times. And there are a few of those songs that if they got played now and it wasn't told to me that they were Led Zeppelin songs, I'd probably be able to tell you that I have listened to them and that they are more than likely Led Zeppelin. And it goes hand in hand with K-pop actually, because it wasn't until I had watched Riverdale that I noticed that in the scene where Veronica and Cheryl are like dancing with her, Veronica's half sister Hermosa. One of Monster X's songs is actually playing on in the background. I didn't know that until I listened to it, and I was like, "Holy shit! Like, that's K-pop." And yeah, it was very, very odd to hear that and be like, oh my god, K-pop has been actually in my knowledge pool for a lot longer than I thought it was. And like it is very, very odd. And I'd even watched like videos I watched in the past and seen pictures of like Jungkook from BTS, and I was like, oh my god, I cannot believe I didn't notice that Jungkook from BTS is in this right now. So yeah, no, I love how we've just been on the rant for like the past 14 minutes about God knows what, when I actually came here to talk about the Dream Academy. We're actually just going to call it the Dream Academy because I'm getting stressed out now. But it's called the Debut Dream Academy. So the show ran for 12 weeks between the 19th of August and the 17th of November 2023. However, is that 12 weeks? Okay. Because it says here that like the project was announced on the 28th of August, premiered on the 19th, premiered on the 1st of September. So was it the 1st to the 17th of November? I guess we're just gonna have to guess and like hope for the best. Oh my god, I actually love this because somehow the Wikipedia page for Hype has been confused with a place in Slovakia. It now takes you to the page about Slovakia, not Hype corporations, because that's actually like the official name. I know that like obviously it's typically you just say Hype. It's Hype corporations, and more I guess they could rename themselves to Hype conglomerate now, because they've taken over a lot. But yeah, on like just quickly aside before we actually get into the meat of the episode, I don't really care that these companies are taking over, like Hive is taking over K-pop, because I hate to break it to everyone, but like we don't hear about companies being taken over that much in like Western media, or at least companies taking over each other in Western media. It's just because it's BTS's company that we're finding out about it. Okay, glad that I've done that to myself. Let's go through the contestants. And for some reason they're numbered, so I'm just going to say number 1 through 20. Number 1 is and also I just want to say this now, I do not know how to pronounce these names properly. It's just going to be in the English accent. My terrible accent. Number 1 is Adelina Jagova, who was 19 and is from Slovakia, eliminated in Mission 1. Number 2, we have Brooklyn Van Zandt, she was 17, born nationality is the USA, eliminated in Mission 2. Number 3 is Celeste Diaz, she's 21, from Argentina, eliminated in Mission 3. Number 4 was Daniela Avanzini. She's 19 from the US and she was actually 3rd place. Number 5 is Emily Calavos, 17, from also the US, and she made the finale. Number 6 is Azraela Abraham, she's 20, from Australia, also made the finale. Number 7 is Hinari Airi, 14, from Japan, eliminated in Mission 1. Number 8 is Aliyah Fedorsova, 21, from Belarus. She was eliminated in Mission 2. Number 9 was Carly Tanaka. She was 19, from the US. Eliminated in Mission 2. Number 10 was Lara Raj, 17, from the US, and she placed 2nd. Number 11 was Lexi Levin. She was 19, from Sweden, withdrew after Mission 2. And I don't actually know what happened to her. She decided that she didn't want to be on the show anymore and that she wanted to partake more in musical production, which is fair enough. Like, honestly, I could not imagine working in front of the camera, because I am like incredibly shy when it comes to like new people and trying to talk like this. Like, I'm still shy and I've nearly gotten up to 50 episodes, been doing this for like a month, doing like 3 episodes each week, and like past 16 days being like an episode a day. And like I can imagine that is like super stress inducing to start off with, but then you start to get used to it. But I feel like some people just never get used to it, and I feel like I'm one of those people. Number 12 was Manon Bannerman. She's 21, from Switzerland, and she is in 6th place. Number 13 is Marquise Aura, 17, from Thailand, and she reached the finale. Number 14 was Mi Teradea, 17 from Japan and eliminated in mission 2. Number 15 was Megan Skiandeel, 17 from the US, and she reached 5th place. 16th was Nayeon Lee, 21 from South Korea, eliminated in mission 3. 17th was Samara Siqueira, and 17 from Brazil, made it to the finale. And number 18 was Sofia Laflorizia, 20 from the Philippines, and she was in 1st place. 19th we have Uwa Shimada, 15 from Japan, eliminated in mission 3. And 20th we have Yoon Chae-jung, 15 from South Korea, and she was in 4th place. Okay, so also there apparently is going to be a Netflix documentary series released during the summer of this year, which doesn't currently have a title, but is being directed by Nadia Halgren and will explore the contestants' training and development throughout the project, and it's being produced by Hybe, Interscope Films and Boardwalk Pictures. And the group is going to be called Cat's Eye. Feelings on the name, I genuinely did think that they were joking and that I wasn't clearly reading it right, or that it was supposed to be a jokey sort of name, because the first thing I think of when I see Cat's Eye is I think of a katsu curry, and I don't really think that is an appropriate thing for me to be thinking in terms of an international girl group made from Hybe. So I do wonder if perhaps they might change it. However, it doesn't seem like that is going to happen, given that it's not happened yet. So I don't know. It's one of those things where I kind of have to just shake my head, and I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. Let's have a look to see what contestant starts to be younger than me. So Carly Tanaka from America. I genuinely thought I was gonna say Japan. So she's from Honolulu, Hawaii, but ethnically Korean and Japanese, which explains why I thought that. I don't know where I'm going with this sentence. Apparently Adler? No. She was ballet dancer for 13 years, quit when she was 17. Yeah, dancing is hard, especially on your tootsies, especially when ballet dancers go on point, they're actually going on the tips of their toes. You'd think it's they're fully resting on your toes, on the top side of your toes. If you think about it, you don't obviously dance. You're not going on top of the top side of your toes. You're actually going on the toe itself. So it is very, very difficult, and I can understand why, some dancers, they just completely. Did I take my pill? No, I didn't. I started before. Okay. Alright. Well. That terrified me for a second just then. Okay. What else can I talk about here? I don't really like doing these shorter episodes. I want to feel like I'm explaining something deep. But unfortunately, sometimes you just don't have enough to talk about. Celeste can apparently speak English and Spanish. Oh wow, this Lexi Levin. She's from Stockholm, Sweden, currently lives in Los Angeles in California, and she's ethnically Swedish, Chilean, German, and Russian. So I guess like maybe both of her parents, their parents were, one of them was from like Sweden, then Chile, Germany, and then Russia, maybe. I don't know. I find like heritage and like ethnicity and like that sort of stuff like really, really interesting. Like I'm pretty basic in like terms of my ethnicity. Like pretty much I think starting from like distant ancestors, we've all come from England and just kind of stayed here. So it wouldn't surprise me if it is just European that oh bother pants that I don't have any other sort of ethnicity or ethnic backgrounds as some other people. If I could like get back to what I was looking at, please, and thank you. I'm just looking at Cat's Eye as themselves. I like their outfits. I like I think it's Danielle, if I'm remembering correctly. I love her skirt. That's like really cool and cute. Yeah. Let's have a look. Yeah, I don't think it's her. It's not you, my love. Yeah, it's Danielle. I love her skirt. It's like really, really cool. I love the belt on it. Yeah. Oh, she's Venezuelan and Cuban. She's from Atlanta, Georgia, and Los Angeles. How can she be from two places? Because I was born in the east of England, and that means I'm from the east. I think that's how that works. Maybe she was born one place and lived. I don't care. I don't get paid enough to care about that sort of stuff or even be curious. Yeah. Lara is from Los Angeles and can speak English and Tamil. What language is that from? I wonder. Tamil is a Dravidian language natively spoke by the Tamil people of South Asia. Tamil is the official language of the Indian state of. Just get onto this. Official language of the Indian state of Tamil Nadu and Union Territory Puducherry and the sovereign nations of Sri Lanka and Singapore. Oh, that's cool. So the language family is kind of stems from the Dravidian languages, and then it's the southern Tamil Kannada. Sorry about that. Mispronouncing it. Tamil Kodagu, Tamil Malayalam, and then the Tamiloid languages. That's cool. We don't have that sort of language kind of family thing in at least Europe, I don't think. Let's have a look. Oh, so this is from like 2005, so it might be a little bit outdated. Yeah, so like the vast majority of at least Europe and a bit of, oh wait, no, what am I talking about? Europe, the vast majority of Russia, a bit of Asia, teensy bit of South Africa, yeah. The majority of Australia, New Zealand. Oh, bollocks. Sorry about the rudeness just then. And then pretty much a lot of the Americas is one like human language families, and then it kind of has little spots of different like language kind of families. But the weirdest thing is that from what I can see, like despite Chinese, or at least like Mandarin, is only contained really to China, but despite it being like one of the top languages of the world, but I think that is, yeah, I think it's because of obviously the amount of Chinese people that speak Mandarin, or at least like Chinese as it's like kind of commonly known, which accumulates Mandarin, Cantonese, and all of the other subsets of languages that China typically has within it. Oh wow. Although there are currently more than 7,000 languages, more than half the world's population speak 23 of them only. That's from Berlitz, Berlitz.com, apparently. So the top language is English, with 1,452 million speakers, and 372.9 million. It's the first language, and total speakers is 1.4 billion. So that's a billion. Okay, yeah, no. Wow. That is... Yeah, no. Because so much of like the top countries I can think of off the top of my head that obviously do speak English are England, obviously, like the United Kingdom as a whole, except in Wales, because Wales has like the Welsh language. Then America, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. But like obviously in Australia, New Zealand, and Wales, they have their own languages. Is New Zealand I think it's... Oh, I love how I'm digging myself a hole here, not knowing, do I? They speak Samoan. National language of New Zealand. Maori, yeah. Languages of New Zealand. I love how we're researching this. I love this. This is why I wanted to do a podcast, because genuinely, like, this is the stuff that I absolutely love to learn about, because I would have never thought to find out the languages that are spoken in New Zealand had it not been for me deciding to join the Dream Academy the other day. English is the predominant language and a de facto official language of New Zealand. Almost the entire population speak it either as native speakers or proficiently as a second language. The New Zealand English dialect is most similar to Australian English in pronunciation, with some key differences. The Maori language of the indigenous Maori people was made the first de facto official language in 1987. New Zealand Sign Language (NZSL) has been an official language since 2006. Many other languages are used by New Zealand's minority ethnic communities. New Zealand has 3 official languages, English being the de facto, Maori and New Zealand Sign Language. Oh wow, that is very interesting. And the indigenous language, which was the language that I think that is the native to the region, is Maori, and another one that I'm Moyorori. I'm so sorry to anyone who is from New Zealand and I just butchered that name. I feel like I just need to constantly be apologising because I am absolutely tragic. Oh wow! The National Library of New Zealand has the name of the library in English and the Maori name for New Zealand, which again I'm not going to try and pronounce because I don't want to butcher it. Oh, well, ain't this interesting? And oh wow. Oh, so the change between 2013 and 2018 for the statistics of language, the population that uses the language, that they report more than one language. When English went down 0.77% between 2013 and 2018 for English, and Maori went up 0.22%. That is good. And so Samoan is a Polynesian language spoken by the Samoans of the Samoan Islands. Well, ain't they embarrassing that I didn't know. Well, can I just point out that it isn't because I'm ignorant and I'm choosing not to know. It's because of the fact that the English geography learning system doesn't we learnt about our own geography, as in English geography and how to do geography in context to England, and I just never thought to. Oh my god, this is even more interesting. Samoan language family. Wow. So it's native to the Samoan Islands. The Samoan Islands are an archipelago covering 3,033 kilometers squared, so 1,170 square miles, in the central South Pacific, forming part of the Polynesia and of the wider region of Oceania. Administratively, the archipelago comprises of all of the independent state of Samoa and most of the American Samoa. Wow. This is the sort of stuff that I feel like we should have been taught in school, even if it is just briefly, mentioning what an archipelago even is, because it took me until my 20s to actually learn about this sort of stuff. And I'm saying 20s as in I'm saying right now, I didn't know until right now. Yeah. So the language family is the Austronesian. So the big old section that covers most of Southeast Asia, parts of mainland Southeast Asia, Madagascar, the islands of the Pacific Ocean, and Taiwan, and spoken by about 386 million people. It makes the fifth largest language family by numbers. And then the rest of the sections to then get down to Samoan is Malo-Polynesian, Central Eastern Malo-Polynesian, but with a question mark because it's not too sure, and I'm not too sure what that could mean. Eastern Malo-Polynesian, Oceanic, Central Eastern Oceanic, Central Pacific, East Central Pacific, Polynesian, Nuclear Polynesian. What's the difference? Samoic with another question mark, and Samoic, Toka, Lawan, and then it gets down to Samoan. Oh wow, and its official language is in Samoa and the American Samoa. Oh my god. Sorry, I just saw the flag for the American Samoa and I don't think I've seen something so American in my entire life. I just had to say it. It's this these triangles of blue, and then it's like a red line going across, red line going down, and like to make another triangle with another bit of blue, and in the middle section is just white with an eagle, and that is pretty American. Yeah, this I really need to start researching more about this and like actually learning, because this is interesting. I love how we like started on this like talking about the Dream Academy and like music, and then we've gone on to languages. So Mandarin is spoken by 1.1 plus billion people worldwide, and first language speakers is 929 million people. Now, I would love to learn Chinese, but I feel like it would be unlike at least Mandarin, because I don't think I could learn Cantonese. But Mandarin, I feel like I would want to learn it. Apparently Mandarin isn't actually a language, but a set of dialects of the Chinese language. Are we going to end up researching it? Yeah, this is fun. I haven't had so much fun in a long time. Mandarin. I love how I have paused on TV, because I tend to watch videos up until I stop and record, but yeah, I do not want to carry on. I'm watching like true crime, because that tends to be what I listen to the most when I'm just working, or like a weird documentary or something to that effect. And I'm sure my parents are always constantly like, what is this kid watching? I feel scared. Okay, so the Sinatic languages is often synonymous with the Chinese languages, are a group of East Asian analytic languages that constitute a major branch in the Sino-Tibetan language family. I wonder what language family is English. Indo-European. Ooh. You know, that makes sense, yeah. English belongs to the Indo-European family of languages and is therefore most related to most other languages spoken in Europe and Western Asia, from Iceland to India. The parent tongue, called Proto-Indo-European, was spoken about 5,000 years ago by nomads believed to have roamed the southeast European plains. Well, ain't that interesting? Let's get rid of those tabs so my laptop doesn't have a fit. So the geographic distribution is China, Taiwan, Singapore, Christmas Islands, Chinese diaspora communities, Faragayan Valley in Uzbekistan, and the Chu Valley in Kyrgyzstan, Germans, Russia, Far East, and the Thais. Okay. And then it's just Sino-Tibetan and the Sinatic linguistic no, we're just going to carry on. We're just going to move on. Sorry, can't pronounce. So approximately over 91% of the Chinese population speak a Semitic language. Approximately 1.5 billion people are speakers of the Chinese macro language, of whom about three-quarters speak a Mandarin variety. Estimates of the number of global speakers of the Sinitic branches as of 2018 to 2019, both native and non-native, are listed below, with Mandarin being 73.50%, Yue at 5.62%, Wu 3.38%, Min 4.97%, Jin 3.9%, Hakka 2.90%, Shang at 2.46%, Gang 1.46%, Hui Xiao 0.35%, Pinghua at 0.727%, and Dongguan at 0.00%. Lists of varieties of Chinese. I think that's what I was trying to find. Lists of varieties of Chinese, because I know that Win from Wavy, I think he speaks the I wouldn't even know how to begin to say the variety. It's like no, I'm not going to try. No, I'm not even going to set myself up for that. Yeah, so it's all of those, practically all of those sections that I've said, but the Guang includes the Beijing and Nanxing variants. Wu includes the Shanghaianese and the Shuohaoanese variants. Yue includes the Cantonese and Taihashanese variants, which could be romanized in Cantonese as Toyashanese or Toyashanese in the local dialect. Oh my god, I'm not. Hoisanese or Hoisanwa. I'm so sorry to anyone who knows how to say those. I'm so sorry. Min includes Hoikan and Fuhaoanese. Yeah. I really do try very, very hard. What? There's different dialects of Mandarin for different sections and different subsections within that. It's okay because we don't have to speak them. We don't have to say them. We don't even have to try to pronounce those because you know what? I have been good. What language does Win from Wavy speak? Found it. I also misspelled that. Oopsie daisy. He can speak 5 languages: Wen, Shaoanese, Mandarin, English, Korean, and Japanese. That is the subsection of, I believe it's Mandarin. So, no. Cantonese. I was also reading the other day. I say the other day, I mean like a good while ago. And apparently, you can hear, like you can listen to Cantonese and sort of be able to tell what someone is saying. But when it's written down and you have the Mandarin next to it, you can't understand it. So I wonder kind of if it's the same for different level, like the different dialects and the different subsections of those languages, as like it equates to all of the other ones. Because when, like, for example, in the UK, there are many different ways to name a bread roll. For example, for me, in good old, I nearly said my county actually, no, so if you can't say that. I call it, like my mum often refers to it as, oh, should we go and get some baps for sausage baps? And we call like the bigger, less like dense ones, like more flat, as baps, or so like even like the thin roll ones, we just call them baps actually. But I know that in different parts of the country they call them completely different things, so I kind of wonder if that's the same for all the different little subsections of dialect for the two languages are the same. I don't know. Yeah, so I actually did start this episode off talking about the Dream Academy. I do hope you enjoyed today's episode, especially maybe the research part about it, of talking about different languages. If you found it entertaining, please feel free to comment. But if not, then that's okay. I appreciate the support either which way. Starting from the 19th, normal programming shall resume, thank God. And anything differing to that will be announced far in advance, so then you can prepare. And I hope you have a nice rest of your day, and I will talk to you again very, very soon. Bye.